Have you ever looked at your base and thought, I don't need this. I want a challenge in this game. I want to try something new. Well, today, with my help, this thought can become a reality. With my help, you today can become a nomad in Minecraft. Well, now that that's over with, let's start on our adventure. When playing as a nomad in Minecraft, you'll still need a place to sleep for the night. And this is a quick and easy way to make one that doesn't take much resources or time. Just make a small dirt structure around yourself, completely enclosed in darkness. Place a mushroom down, a brown one. Remove all the dirt, except for the bottom layer. That is very important to leave the bottom layer in. Jump out and bone meal the whole thing. You can dig away the dirt now. Just wait for me to kill this pig. Just wait. Dig away the dirt now. And you've got your giant mushroom, but you're not quite done yet. Then you've got to put a way to get in there. So you break a hole and put some ladders in, and you got to put the last ladder in. Just wait, I'm just a bit incompetent. Yes, finally got it. Yes, and now you've got your structure, but you still need to have some defense. So build up some castle-esque walls. All four sides. You'll only need 32 dirt on each structure you need on this. Almost done. And there you have it. That's your structure completed. Now you can place your beds and your chests and, shoot, or you can hunt off the side of it. Shoot everything. If I could shoot, which I can't, you can move on to a new target like yourself. I clearly can't do that either. Let's try one more time. Come on, I've got this. Yes! Advancement made. Take aim. Even when you're not a nomad in Minecraft, inventory management is extremely important. But when you are, it is key to survival. You need to have armor on all the time, and you need to have tools equipped, and arrows for your bow, of course. Food is very important, you need to have lots of that. You need to have the materials for your quick shelters, bones for bone meal for your quick shelter, wood for everything you use wood for, iron and coal also for purposes such as repairing your tools or making new ones. You also need hay bales and leads for another reason we'll talk about later. And you just need to have a whole bunch of spare slots just for any items that you come by that you need to collect. You also need your shield because that is important for defense. One more thing, you need beds. You need lots of them because you need to leave them at your temporary shelters. So when you die, you respawn there instead of at the original spawn point. When you're exploring, you may come across biomes such as extreme hills and savanna plateau like I'm in now. And when you're in these biomes, you may find one of the most vital elements to your survival as a nomadic Minecrafter. Llamas. Llamas are important because they act as a movable storage system. They're tamed and bred with hay bales, which is why you need to have them in your inventory. You can equip chests of them when they're tamed. And the good thing about llamas is when you lead one of them, as you're about to see, 10 of them will follow along behind that one, whether they be tamed or untamed. But you do need to have them tamed to equip a chest to them. And you can take as many of these caravans, as they are called, in your hand at once, because you can carry many leads at once. And see, these llamas are untamed, yet it's still, all these other llamas still follow along the tamed llama. And they're good for creating massive storage systems, which you can take all your items in. Another mob you'll need to tame are horses. These are used for transport. They can be found in savanna biomes, they can be found in plains biomes, and many other biomes. Once you've tamed them, you can ride them and equip them with armor, which will increase their protection. You can find a saddle in dungeons and generated structures. And once you've got on your horse, you can take along your llama caravan with you. But be careful not to go too fast. Otherwise, this will happen. Yes, you'll lose your llamas as you're expecting. But don't worry, you can take your horse a little bit slower, checking back every couple seconds, and you won't lose your llamas. Because llamas aren't as fast as horses, which is a bit of a downside, but what can you do? And now your transport is completely mob powered, and you're not actually using any of your hunger, which saves your food for later. And also you get to places much faster. If you want to keep your animals in one place for a short amount of time, the best way to do it is to use a fence. Place it down and lead up both your animals and put it on the fence. Your horse will stay where it is, and when you lead up one llama to the fence, all the llamas in the caravan will just stay with the fence as if the fence is a person holding a lead, which is a really useful thing about llamas. So then you can go do what you want, come back, and lead back both your animals up, and go off on your journey. Now we get into some more endgame tips. Crafting an ender chest requires 8 obsidian and 1 ender eye. And it is the most important tool in surviving as a nomad in Minecraft. It allows you to transport your items wherever you go. Even if you die, your ender chest will still have its contents, and you can never lose it. And it's got the same capacity as a normal chest, but you can get even better just soon after you got into the more in-game. But there is one problem. When you mine it up, it only yields 8 obsidian. It doesn't give you back the ender chest or the ender eye. So to prevent that from happening, we're going to need to enchant. To have the best enchantment setup possible, you need your enchantment table and 15 bookshelves. These bookshelves increase the power of the enchantment table. Place it in the formation I'm placing it now. And then make sure you have 15 bookshelves, like I will after I'm done. And if you stock up like I have, you need to have spares, because you only get 3 books back when you break a bookshelf without a proper tool. Once we've got that set up, we probably should go on a mining session, so we can get the lapis we need, and we can also get some XP, so we can enchant. Get a lot of lapis so you can enchant all your tools, but for these purposes I'm only gonna get one vein of lapis, so I can only enchant my pickaxe with what we need to enchant it with. Back on the surface, we have our lapis, we have our XP. Now we try to enchant our pickaxe with silk touch. But as you can see, I didn't get silk touch the first time, so I just put a book in and put the lowest level enchantment. And I took my book and I put my pickaxe back in, hoping for silk touch, which I have got. And now I can mine up my ender chests and my bookshelves and get the ender chests and the bookshelf back straight away instead of having to craft it and get new materials back. Now that you've got an ender chest that's actually useful, you can put all your stuff in there, minus a few things such as arrows, food, and a bed. You also need to remember to take your enchantment table, as I've forgotten, but I'm going to get to that now. And then we can go and take all our stuff, and we can take more stuff going around, because we're going to need to be very mobile with this next step. Now it's time to say goodbye to your llamas and hello to your ender eyes. Take your horse with you, put all your valuables in your ender chest, and now we're going to look for a stronghold. Now this is a very risky thing to do, as it is in regular Minecraft, but it's even more risky as a nomad. We're going to try and kill the ender dragon. Now this, riding the horse will get you there faster. But when you're crossing bodies of water, you're going to need an enchantment called Frostwalker on your boots. This will help you get your horse across, because your horse can't walk across the water otherwise. Just lead it across, and then you can ride on it the rest of the way. Now that you've found your stronghold, you're going to have to say goodbye to your horse and mine down to find the ender portal. Now once you're in the end, you have to kill the ender dragon to get to the next step. And now we go to the outer ender islands once we kill the ender dragon. We get some shulker shells by killing shulkers. This was a challenge for me because I'm bad at this game. But hopefully it's not for you guys. One is dead. Drop any still got one. Yes! Now end the pearl back down. Yep, it dropped what we need. Dropped the shulker cell. Now we can go home after we get one more thing. And that one more thing is in the end ships, accompanied by 2 chests filled with great loot and guarded by a shulker. And of course, I'm talking about the elytra. Now this elytra, combined with the shulker box we're going to make out of the shulker shells, our ender chests, this will make our nomadic survival experience revolutionized. It will make it completely different, make it faster and more effective. Surely the sky is the limit. And now we're going to make a gracious departure from the ship. Just watch this, watch this. I'm going to start flying. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. And now, oh. just take a moment of silence to appreciate the great skill shown in the previous clip. Now that we have legitimately gotten everything back, no cheating involved, we can go on to craft some fireworks. We're going to need gunpowder and paper. So we can create flight duration 3 fireworks. So we can get very far in very short amounts of time. Now that we've replaced our horses with elytra, we can replace our llamas with 2 shocker shells and a chest combined together to create a shocker box. Now that you've crafted up a whole bunch of shocker boxes, you can fill up your ender chest and your inventory, leaving out a row or a bit more in your inventory to pick up items. You can fill up your whole ender chest. You should have some sort of system in the colouring of your shocker boxes, so you know which shocker boxes replace what items and carry what items. So now, with my help, you are a nomad, and you know how to be nomadic in Minecraft and live without a home. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Now for a violin solo.